Hi, this is Anil Judge. If you're watching this video, you probably received a CMA from me and you've scanned in that QR code to get you a little bit more explanation about the CMA and how, what you're reading and what you're really taking a look at. I've created kind of a sample CMA so that we can go through. This should be similar to yours. And let me share that screen with you right now so we can go from there. So let's see here. All right, so now this is what the CMA should look like, similar to yours. The first page is a cover page. Picture may be off a little bit. It depends what Google Maps pulls up through the app that we use to create these CMAs. And sorry, scroll a little too fast there. First page, when you turn after the cover page, once again, it's got a Google Maps up here, as well as two different valuations. And the reason this is the case is the one here on the left that talks about the RVM. That is a computer generated valuation. The software uses the software we're using is called Realtors Property Resource, or RPR for short. And then we also will go through and pick some comps similar to your home. But since we have not seen your home on the inside, we are making some estimates. We can't make correct adjustments to match your home perfectly. So even though you have two different numbers, so they're not that far apart, they are probably off until we actually get to walk through your home and then give you a more detailed analysis of the valuation of your home. So just keeping in mind that these are going to be off a little bit. On the RVM, though, when you look over here, it talks about a confidence score, and in this property, it's 4 out of 5 stars, which means it's fairly confident that this valuation is pretty accurate. The lower the star, and it might be lower in yours, it might be higher in yours. Obviously, the higher the better, the lower it's less likely that valuation is going to be accurate. All right, so the next page is just a home facts. I did have some information redacted for this purpose of this video, just to keep things private for the other folks. But just make sure you go through the home facts. As far as the single family home, amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, etc., square footage, just to make sure it is accurate to your home, because that will affect the valuation overall. If it's not, please let us know. We can always make adjustments and send you an updated CMA. Extended home facts just talks about schools in the situation for this particular home. There might be some additional information on yours. Once again, it will have a Google Maps view of the home. This particular home actually happens to back up against the lake. So the next page, it talks about property history, and just it's the kind of the medium estimated home value. The yellow line is your home based over time. This one goes back to January 07, and right now it's carrying it to January 2023 or 2022. It probably will go to. The dark blue line is the zip code that you would live in. The lighter blue, or the medium blue, there is the county that your property is located in, and then the light blue is the entire state of Colorado based on the medians. The sales history on your property comes down here. This home has only been sold. It's the original owner. It's only been sold one time. It's got the legal description, other information about the home, and then the assessed values from the county over the last few years. And you should have that same kind of information on your home as well. Same thing here. More information has been redacted, but this is the mortgage records. So this explains just, the current mortgages on the property and some of the previous mortgages that have been on the property. Like I said, this is a one owner home. This particular owner bought this home brand new from the builder. And so this chart may look quite different to yours if you're not the original owner. So here you can see the established loan balance. So it starts a little higher here and it progressively go down as the mortgage is being paid down. Talks about different assessed values, the sales comp valuation based on the value of the property as it's been going up over the years. If there was any listing activity, like your home was for sale or has been sold in the recent past, and this one goes back to 2004 on the here, so then that will all show up here. Next page, market activity. Pretty basic here. This will show the entire zip code and plus some, and then it shows the average home sales, with this color chart. So white being less than 100,000, the dark blue being 20 million plus, and then all the information in between. So you can kind of see in the general area of your zip code what the average price ranges are homes being sold for. In this particular zip code of 80123. There's a median estimated home value of 620,000, which is up 14.5% from September 7th of 2021 versus September 7th of 2022. And this report was done September 8th of 2022. And then just some more information, the meeting days in the RPA, the software that we're using here, and the sales volume. Next page. Now here we're going to get into a bunch of bar graphs, and they're pretty self-explanatory, but I can go through them with you real quickly. This is just the listing price versus sales price over time. So if your home gets under contract with the first 30 days it hits the market, is actually selling in this zip code about 6.3% higher than the list price. If it's 31 to 60 days in the market, it's 4.5%. But if you start going to 61, 90 days, going under contract after it hits the market, then you actually start losing money over the asking price, which usually tells you that these properties in this range are probably overpriced for the market. For whatever reason, this particular zip code, it blips up again from 91 to 120 days, but then it comes back down from if it's been more than 120 days. And then these are just the average, for the number of home sales based on the sales price. Then average price adjustments here. So we have the same thing here. This gives an explanation here. So this particular graph is updated monthly on the zip code, and this chart displays average percentage adjustment from the original price compared for the length of time properties have been in the market. So it's a little bit more of a detailed analysis of what you got going on here. Same thing there. If it's been less than 30 days, the percentage change has gone down about 3.2%. So these are the average adjustments when average adjustments have been made. And you can see the biggest drop is the 61, 90 days when you see a decent drop here. So the purpose is always, if you're going to list your home, give the starting price to be accurate. The more accurate the price when you first list a home, the more likely it's going to sell at or above the asking price. The longer it sits in the market, the property will get a little bit of a reputation, maybe being a little jaded, and that will unfortunately could hurt the valuation of the home. And you can see that the longer it sits in the market, the worse it gets. Next page, market health and charts comparison. So this talks about the entire zip code, not just your home, and it talks about the median estimated value and compared to the median list price. So these are all based on county records and the records that RPR gets. Here, this kind of the same thing. So the upper graph here shows median sales price against the median sales price listing price, and then the sales volume against listing volume. And then here we have a median listing prices versus listing media volume. And so once again, it's pretty self-explanatory. Listing inventory shows how many single-family homes as of the date of this report that are currently on the market, how many condos, townhomes, and how many multifamily, it could be townhomes, condos, duplexes, etc., that are on here. The price per bedroom of homes sold, that's accurate. The yellow is your home. And then the black is the different homes plus the amount of those homes. So, and it's sold in the 400 to 450,000 per bedroom. There's two of those homes like that. So 350, there's one home like that based on the comps that we have pulled. Medium sales price by square foot, same thing. The yellow is your home. And then the comps that were pulled, the average, is about 2,400 square feet. So the pricing is a little different. Price range of homes sold, same thing. Yellow bar is your home comps coming in here, and price per square foot of the home sold. So there's a price range and price per square foot. So pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, please always reach out to me. You can call, text, email, and I'm pretty good about responding fairly quickly. Age range of homes sold. So this home happens to be 18 years old, and of all the comps that we pulled, it just gives you an average. In homes that are 20 to 25 years old, there were three of the homes in their comps that are that age, etc. Number of bedrooms in the home sold. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you have up to six. One home had 6 bedrooms, 11 homes had 5 bedrooms, etc. This particular home has 4. Medium days in RPR, and RPR is the software that shares data with the MLS, so the information should be fairly accurate, but it just goes through the medium days that this property has been in the RPR system, and as well as the comps. And so the zip code goes down to the county and then to state records. Okay, so now we're actually getting into the meat of some of the comps that were chosen for your property. So this first comps map is the properties that were that I chose to compare to your home. And once again, I have not actually walked your home. I have not seen your home, the condition of your home, upgrades, etc. So we do the best that we can for the to do comparisons to your home. So we don't know exactly what it's going to be like until we actually walk through the home. So it's more of a rough estimate. So here's the chart that shows the different homes that are being compared to. So the first one is the subject property. So that will be your home. And then in this case, it has, oops, sorry, has 4 properties here and 1 on the second page, because once again, this is your home, would be your home. And so the blue bar, a blue square means it's recently closed. A gray square means it closed, but it's been a little while and not that long, since this report was done September 8th of 2022, and this home was sold in May 27th. So it hasn't even been 6 months, and it's already showing a little bit of an older closing. The round blue circle shows an active, but if it says new, then it's a really new listing. And so these homes are active, so they're currently for sale, have not been sold, and this one's been sold, and this is also another active. We try to give you 2 to 3 active, 2 to 3 sold, and 2 to 3 pendings. Unfortunately, that's not always available. This neighborhood's pretty small, so that was not available for these homes, and to get an accurate measurement, you need to stay within the same development. But we go from there. So these 5 properties, so the 4 there and this 5th, just goes into greater details on the pages after it. So it just gives you more. There are, values, and the list price, the RVM estimated value, and a description of the home, picture, and a map of the home where it is compared to the subject property. Just it does that for the first 5. Now we are getting into the comps that were chosen by the RPR software. You can see the neighborhood that we are dealing with is a smaller neighborhood, and it's up here by Marston Lake. So, and then but this RPR gives a much broader range of properties, and so it's not going to be as accurate, and you'll see that here in a minute why that's the case. So here it shows 4 actives. So the first page is just the active properties, and it shows 4, but you can see compared to the subject property, they're all over the place. So you have 5 or 60,000 with them. It's 1.15 million for the subject property, 1.2 million, 640, and 539. So they're all over the place. The square footages don't line up, and they're all happening about single family, but I've seen them actually choose multifamily where there's not enough comps to choose from. But once again, it gives you a little chart, and it goes into detail on each page. We're not even close to the age of the home. So these aren't as good of a comp. This one's closer, but this is you comparing a ranch to 2 stories, not always the most accurate way to compare. You can see the subject properties against this lake, and this property is not against the lake, but it is close to the Bulls Reservoir here. So once again here, this looks like it could be a multifamily, but I think it is a single family home. Same thing, much older home here. So these aren't good comps. So the comps that RPR chooses based on to get its valuation won't be as accurate, tends to be. Then we go into here. So now instead of those are active homes, now we're dealing with pending homes. And same thing, we got 4 there, goes into greater detail. A little bit closer. This is closer to the subject property as far as the type of home, the location, etc. And then we go here, and this actually looks like a multifamily home too. So yeah, it is Unit D. So this is not even a good comp, but that's what the computer automatically chooses on these homes. And then here, the recent close that the RPR chose, and there's 4 properties there, and we go through that. Each property in greater detail, and that is how the whole CMA works. Now, if you'd like for us to just get you a more accurate evaluation of your home, please let us know. You can reach out to me. You just call, email, text, like I said, and we will. We set up a time. We can just walk through your home and get you an updated evaluation fairly quickly thereafter. Hope that helps, and have a great day.